everyone, it's Amy, and today in my kitchen I am making my favorite dessert of all time. Can you guess it? Rice Krispie Treats. Now, these are not the pre-packaged, dry, blue package Rice Krispie Treats that you may be familiar with. These are homemade, these are thick, these are chewy, buttery, full of marshmallow and vanilla flavor, and I'm going to show you how to make them. Let's get started. To a large saucepan, you're going to add 6 tablespoons of salted butter. Now, normally when I bake, I use unsalted, but you're going to want a little bit of salt in these, and you're going to want that butter to melt. Now, when my kids were little, I used to make an entire pan of these, and they would get home from school, and maybe not, there would be some left. That is how addicted to Rice Krispie Treats I am. I have no willpower when it comes to these. They are that good. If you go on Google and you look up Rice Krispie Treats, everyone seems to have followed all of my tips and tricks. I add vanilla for extra flavor. I add an extra cup of mini marshmallows at the end, so you get a few bites of that chewy marshmallow without it being melted in there. And I make them super thick. So let me show you how that's done. This butter's almost melted here. While your butter's melting, you can get your pan ready. You're gonna need a 9-inch square baking dish. I've lined mine with parchment paper, and I put binder clips there so the parchment paper holds in place. You can also use foil and butter it real good. The butter is melted. We're gonna add in all but about a cup of these mini marshmallows. So make sure they don't all go falling in. And now you're gonna mix that until the marshmallows are completely melted. Oh gosh, I'm so excited already to have these in the house, but also I know how terrible I am with them. So one of the best things that I've learned is you can make a pan of these and the entire pan can slide perfectly into a gallon-sized Ziploc freezer bag. What I like to do is I cut them into the bars while they're on the parchment paper, and then I slide it into a freezer bag, and then I keep them hidden in the back of my freezer so nobody knows they're there. And then I just pull one out when I want one, let it thaw on the counter. It doesn't take very long at all. I can put it in my office next to me, so as soon as it's thawed, I have a sweet treat to enjoy. Okay, these are getting melted here. And if you don't have caraway dishes, you guys, these are so amazing. Look at this. The marshmallow doesn't even stick to the ceramic coating. Love my caraway. It's okay if you have a little bit of marshmallow chunks left in your melted mixture here, since we're going to add some anyway. You're going to need about 8 to 9 cups of mini marshmallows, which is a 16-ounce bag of mini marshmallows. So if you're using regular size, that should help you figure out how much you need. All right, this looks perfect. I don't like to go too far into the melting because you don't want it to get near burning. So we're going to turn this off. If you have a regular stovetop, you can leave it there, but I'm going to take it off because otherwise it will keep cooking on the induction. Okay, that's melted. You're going to immediately add in a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. You can measure it if you want to. I don't. I just eyeball it. And now add in your 6 cups of Rice Krispies cereal. I know on the back of the box it calls for more than that, and that's how you get dry Rice Krispie Treats. Once that's about halfway mixed in, you're going to toss in your remaining cup of mini marshmallows. You're going to get all of that mixed up. Just want to make sure that all the cereal is coated in marshmallow. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this, you guys. All right, bring your pan over and pour that mixture into your baking dish. The hardest part of Rice Krispie Treats is literally waiting for them to set up and cool enough so you can cut them and enjoy them. One of my tricks that you need to know about Rice Krispie Treats is you don't want to press these too much into the pan, because the harder you press them, the harder your treats will be. You want them light and fluffy and chewy. Trust me, I am the Rice Krispie Treat expert here. Okay, that is perfect. We're gonna let these sit for about 30 minutes is all it takes for them to firm up. Make sure when you're making this, you are using fresh cereal and fresh marshmallows. People think that just because you're melting the marshmallow, you can use it in here. I guarantee you'll taste that difference. And the marshmallows aren't going to melt as smooth if they're not fresh. So use fresh ingredients for the best results. All right, I'll be back to show you how much I love these and how quickly I can devour them. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to eat the whole pan, but I will cut them and share them. Okay, you guys, I waited the appropriate amount of time, and now I think it's time to dig into these treats. So we're just going to lift it out of the pan. Easy cleanup. Love that. Look at that marshmallow. So yum. All right, we're going to cut into the bars. Ooh, beautiful. So good. So delicious. Enjoy.